All right, real quick tutorial. One of the things about using a chainsaw, actually, honestly, I hate chainsaws. The chain's always falling off of them. But most importantly, this is a machine that you have to service pretty much every time that you use it. All right, and the problem we have is that the saws keep coming in and the chains keep falling off, but the operators are not cleaning the saw properly when they are done. So what we have here is, now, as you can tell, the chain is off. Basically what you want to do is these two right here, these are 19 millimeter. I already cracked them loose. You want to take these off, and we're going to put the chain back on, but most importantly, I just want to show you. Finish screwing that out of here. Come on. All right. So you get a lot of dirt, and as you can see, sticks in here. A lot of stuff. I mean, when you're cutting wood, you're throwing a lot of debris, a lot of wood, a lot of dust. And it's all going back in here to your clutch and everything. And it's not good for the chain either. It's not helping it stay on. And what the guys will do is they'll go out, use it. And this actually isn't too bad. It's come back much worse where I couldn't even see anything in here. And then they'll throw it on the shelf, and then the next day they'll take it back out, and the same thing. And the chain will keep falling off, and they'll, be like, well, what's going on? Well, what's going on is you really have to take 5 minutes at the end of your day and just pop this cover off. And if you have an airline, get an airline, get in there, blow it out real good. If not, then get in here with a little toothbrush or something and a rag and clean it all up. But we're just going to slide this bar off right here. All right. And here's our chain. Now, another thing too, when you take these chains off, you want to make sure you're putting the chain back on the right direction. Now, see those little, it's hard to see right there. See the little blade right there, the teeth? You want them going forward. All right, so that's a good rule of thumb. And remember that you always want them going forward, in case you throw it down on the bench and you don't know which way the chain goes back on. Now, we're just going to get some air first, and we're going to clean this out really fast. All right. All right, now that we got that all cleaned up, another thing you want to clean out is your bar. Now, remember, with all that dust and dirt and debris flying, there is a channel in here that the chain glides along, okay? You will get stuff lodged down in there. You will build up dirt. So you want to take your airline and you want to blow out this whole channel right there as well. And now you have your cover. There's always going to be stuff built up here in your cover, and you want to blow that out. All right, next up you have your chain. Even though it doesn't appear that there's any dirt or anything on the chain, these do pivot. All right, and dirt and debris and little microscopical organisms do build up in here, which can prevent your chain from bending or flowing freely, so to speak. So normally what I do is I'll just hold this up in the air, and I can't really do it on camera because I'm holding the camera with one hand and chain with the other, but I'll take the airline and I'll just blow that chain out really fast too. Now, next thing I'll do is, this saw does have a lubrication system on it for the bar and chain oil, but I always take a little WD-40, and before I put the chain back on, I just kind of give it a coat. Nice little dab of oil there. All right, we got all the essential parts cleaned here. Now we're going to put them back on, but before we do, it's crucial to know why chains keep falling off, and there's a lot of reasons of why it can. One, not proper maintenance, and it's dirty too, but two, you could also have a bad bar. Now, if you're cutting and this bar gets, if you're cutting trees on an angle and the tree wants to bend and your saw gets stuck in there, you're altering the channel here on this thing, and any little imperfection in here is going to throw that chain off. All right. Two, you also have your sprocket here, which when this starts to wear out, it'll no longer hold the tension of the chain anymore. So you can tighten it all you want, but when this starts to wear, it's just going to keep popping that chain off. It won't hold it in place anymore. So your drive socket here is going to also be an issue if that's bad. It's just going to keep popping off. You can tighten this thing up all day long and keep tightening it, but it will just keep popping off. All right. And another thing is not properly tightening the chain. Now, you don't want the chain too tight. Some people think they need to get it really tight on there, but that's not the case. And you don't want it too loose. There's a certain area, certain gray area where that chain needs to be to work the most efficiently. And when I put this back on, I'll show you preferably where I like to put the chain. And it seems to be pretty suitable when I run it that way. One thing to take note, when you put this bar back on here with the chain, you may find that you can't get it to line back up here. The reason because is this is your adjuster here, your adjuster screw, which would slide this back and forth. Now, there is a spot on the chain for that adjuster screw, which would be right here. So when you go to put this up there, this chain up there, it may fit right there, but when you go to put your chain around here, you're not going to have any slack. The reason because this chain was probably originally tight when it fell off of the track. So now what you have to do is to give yourself some more slack, you're going to have to back this out and allow this to come in a little bit so that you can get the chain and the bar back on. So we'll just back that out a little bit, turn it to the left, get it to a nice cozy spot that we need so that we can get everybody all lined back up here. All right, there we go. We got it to go back on. You're going to have all this slack here. This is where you begin your tightening process a little bit anyway. So you want to start turning this and you'll see that bottom start pulling up. It's hard to do it one hand here. All right, now don't go tightening it too much. Leave it a little bit snug for now. All right, let's go ahead and put our side cover back on at this point. All right, got my side cover up there. This also acts as a guide, keeps your bar straight. So before you go doing your final adjustments on the chain, put this up there to keep the bar on. Now, you don't want to over tighten these. You don't want to get these too tight. You want to leave these a little bit loose, but just a little bit less than snug. All right, so you want to crank them in just a little bit, not fully all the way yet, but enough to keep your chain straight there while you do your final adjustments. All right, so now that I got that where I want it, I can pull up on it, and the teeth are just coming to the top of that bar there. That's where I like it. That's the sweet spot. Now you can go ahead and tighten these up. Again, you don't really need to crank these down really tight. Just kind of snug them up a little bit, and that's it. And that's how you clean and put your chain back on chainsaw. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button underneath. I do videos every day and on all types of machines. And my email's in there if you need to email me if you have a machine, if you have any questions, or you just want me to come by and fix your machine for you. I do a lot of side jobs. So I will see you next time on What to Do.